Disney, you lied to us for so many years, and we ain't taking it no more. Hello everybody, what's up? How you doing? Today we're gonna talk about fairy tales. No, not that. I'm talking about fairy tales. You know them stories your parents read to you as a kid? Nah, those stories, they were lies. I'm gonna teach you today the real truth. We can get to a few examples today. So let's do Disney endings and fairy tales were not original to the true tale. Most times they didn't have happy endings. Fairy tales weren't meant for children. Fairy tales were cautionary tales of where to get bad behavior, as well as stories, as well as telling of the story of an unfortunate soul. So let's get into a few examples. Cinderella. Cinderella's birth name was actually Ella, but she worked as a fireplace, hence the name Cinderella. The ending for the tale was quite gruesome. It starts with each stepsister cutting off parts of their toes fit inside of the glass slipper. At Cinderella's wedding, the sisters had their eyes plucked out by a pigeon.
Cannot see, I'm legally blind.
In the original story, there was no fairy godmother. There was a magical tree. Sort of like Grandmother Willow, Little Mermaid. This is very different from the Disney tale that we're all used to. The mermaid does, in fact, exchange her voice for human legs, but this time, instead of a spell, or I don't remember what happened in the movie, she used a potion instead of a spell. Drinking the potion will give her the sensation of someone stabbing her, and she'll have her leg. However, walking will give her the sensation of walking on knives as well as bleeding toes. Of course, she agrees to the conditions, and instead of her just losing her voice that we used to sing, her tongue is cut off. I mean, she ain't talking no words. Long story short, she becomes human, basically is friend zoned by the prince. He falls in love with somebody else, she gets her heart broken, dies, becomes sea foam, and then spends the next 300 years doing good deeds for humans in order for her to gain a soul and to go into heaven. Yeah, messed up. Critics often debate whether this happy ending was the original to the story, but nonetheless, this was dark after the Red Riding Hood. This tale has several versions and endings, but the originals are definitely not meant for bedtime stories. In the original story by Charles Perrault, after Little Red Riding Hood meets the wolf for the second time, disguised as a grandmother, after we hear the famous lines, "What a big mouth you have! The better to eat you with." She is eaten by the wolf, and that's the end of the story. In the French and Brothers Grimm versions, the woodcutter or the hunter comes in. He sees the wolf sleeping, cuts the wolf open, takes Little Red and her grandmother out, fills the wolf's stomach with heavy stones. The wolf wakes up, he falls, he dies, and there's a happy ending. Pinocchio! To this day, Pinocchio is my all-time favorite Disney movie. But Disney, they took out the good parts of the original tale. According to the original, completed 1983 version, Pinocchio's nose grows not only through lying, but also when he's under stress. Though Pinocchio is inherently good, he is often described as, both by Geppetto and the author, as a rascal, an imp, a disgrace, a ragamuffin, and a wretched boy. Adventures of Pinocchio was originally a serial story that was first completed, with the first half of the story being completed in 1981 and 1982. And the story was intended to be a tragedy to warn people against bad behavior. At the end of the 1881 version, he is hung by the fox and a cat on an oak tree and is left to die. But he is subsequently revived and his adventures continue. The fox and the cat, when they got him, they were like, "Ha! Got it!" This tale also describes some graphic moments. In the beginning, Pinocchio actually crushes the talking cricket with the hammer after he warned him against bad behavior. Before Pinocchio gets hung, he bites off the paw of the cat. Yeah, that's dark. Snow White is filled with all kinds of messed up crud. Prior to her conception, Queen looks out into the snow and she states that she wants a daughter with skin as white as snow, lips as red as blood, and hair as black as ebony. There's just something about that phrase that just messes me up on the inside. It doesn't sit right with me. Snow White is born. Her mother dies during childbirth. A year later, the king marries his second wife, beautiful but evil queen we all know. Queen orders the huntsman to kill Snow White and to bring back her lungs and liver as proof so she could eat them. Snow White escapes into the forest. The huntsman, not being able to kill her, brings back the liver and lungs of a wild boar. At the end of the tale, Snow White and the prince get married. Queen is invited to the wedding, but she is ordered to dance in glowing iron shoes until she drops dead. let's keep some things in mind. The story never mentions much aging going on, except mentioning that Snow White is 7 years old when the queen starts getting jealous and plans to kill her. That being the start of when things actually unfold. Snow White can't be older than 12 or 13. He subsequently dies and put it in a coffin. In the Disney adaptation, Snow White is only 14. So here's my question. What does the prince want with a presumably dead 13, 14-year-old little girl? Somebody answer me that. I get that during the time period, girls around 13, 14, they're eligible for marriage. But come on, son. Sleeping Beauty. It's generally believed that the tale of Sleeping Beauty we all know and grew up with is based on a story called Talia, Sun, and Moon by Giambattista Basile. And when I say it is messed up, it's messed up. Long story short, Talia put to sleep by a splinter that gets lost in her finger. Cope with her seemingly death, her father sits her up on a throne, leaves the house, and never comes back. Sometime later, a king strolls by the house, breaks into her window, rapes her while she is still unconscious, and then leaves her. Talia gives birth to twins, aptly names them Sun and Moon. One of the twins sucks on her finger to get the splinter out. She wakes up and is confused about what's going on. Sometime later, the king returns, finds Talia, and realizes he has kids, stays a few days, dips again. Back in the kingdom, his wife realizes what's going on, and she plots to kill Talia and the twins by attempting to feed them to the king. Long story short, the king ends up finding out what's going on. The queen ends up burning alive and marries Talia, and there's a happily ever after. Do I really need to explain what's messed up in this entire story? Well, that's all I have for today. I hope I've ruined some of your childhood. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below of some fairy tales you know or what you think about this original story. Also, if you like the video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, and you can share this with your friends, and you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I love you guys. Oh,